Holani, big hole. It's a race. Holani to the house. Touchdown Broncos.
Genty breaks into the clear, to the 30, to the 40, 20, to the 10, 5. It is plenty for Genty. School record 6 touchdowns.
Spencer Danielson and the Broncos with an enormous win.
That was some serious output, and if you think you're gonna miss the need for teams to be near perfect to make the CFP, enjoy watching the schools from outside the Power Four compete for that guaranteed playoff spot. And you'll enjoy watching Boise State, loaded with talent, and now in their first full year under head coach Spencer Danielson, who joins us now. A huge opportunity to be giant killers like the old days at Boise, awaiting this weekend at Oregon. Coach, how much buzz is there around the team and the campus this week?
Well, first off, Adam, Aaron, appreciate you guys having me on. I mean, there's a ton of buzz, and that's something you love about Boise State is expectations are through the roof every season. And now it's our job as a coach and obviously our players to go meet and excel through those expectations. But that's what you love about Bronco Nation and being Boise State football is there's been decades of success here. I mean, this facility, everything we do is built on the backs of years and years of success. And now it's our job to continue to push it forward. So we're fired up. You know, our guys done a great job. They don't run from hard work. I think, you know, that's just the biggest testament to them. They want to embrace it. They know what it takes to be successful in football and life. And obviously we still got a long way to go, but I'm proud of where we're heading. And it feels good to be 1-0. We obviously have a huge test this weekend, but I'm proud of our guys.
Yeah, it's statistically, it's hard to be better than 1-0 after 1 week. So you guys are off to a pretty great start. But speaking of expectations, Spencer, the expectation that was Malachi Nelson was going to get the starting job, but Mad Max got it done. What did he do to earn the starting position?
Yeah, Aaron, I mean, we got two really good quarterbacks, and I make sure I'm very open about that with Maddox and with Malachi. But for me as a head coach, at every single position, the 11 on O, the 11 on D, the 11 on whatever special teams units on the field, is to create competition and make the decision on who's the starter, that who gives us the best opportunity to win games. And going through summer and fall camp, Maddox Madsen gave us the best opportunity to win games. Malachi did a good job, really good job, and he's extremely talented, and he's going to keep growing. But Maddox Madsen, I mean, he's got a master of the offense. He can make all the throws. And you talk about never being too high, too low. I mean, he's that elite competitor. And I relate to this. He's the guy that if we were going to go play dodgeball, chess, or checkers, he's going to try to strangle you to win. I mean, that's just who he is. And he's a great teammate. And he makes great decisions with the football, and he's always going to be on the attack. So he deserves it. He's only going to keep getting better. He's a redshirt sophomore, and our team believes in him. They trust him, and I know he's excited to continue to push forward.
Well, I know there's a lot of interest in the transfer portal, but you were able to go out and recruit a pretty good offensive coordinator in Dirk Cutter. How important was that acquisition, and what's he meant so far for you in this offense?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron, Dirk Cutter does a phenomenal job with our players. I mean, outside of just the X's and O's expertise, I mean, he's one of the best play callers to ever do it, one of the best offensive minds ever in college football and the NFL. I mean, he does a phenomenal job connecting with our players, checking on them, turning the heat up on them when needed, putting his arm around them when needed. I mean, he's one of the best, one of the best to ever do it. He's also a huge resource for me to pick his brain in all facets, from practice planning to operation to culture to, hey, what's some messaging that I got to use? Because I've got a great group of mentors that I use because this is my first year as a head coach, and I want to keep growing and keep becoming the best version of myself because our players deserve that. And so Dirk Cutter, I mean, he had a great plan going into game one. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and our players executed it very well. And now excited to continue to put the plan into action for Oregon.
Yeah, that plan was Operation Ashton. Maybe you saw it, maybe Coach Cutter saw it, but Ashton Genty, we put a graphic together, Coach. Take a look at this, okay? His 6 touchdowns against Georgia Southern, that's more than all of those programs have had this season so far. What do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, guys, and we could be here all day with me talking about Ashton Genty. I mean, this is a young man that is a 10 out of 10 in all facets. I mean, this is a guy that early enrolled at Boise State, could have gone anywhere after, the success he had in high school, came to Boise State, stayed committed, had a bunch of people trying to get him to leave after he was the Mountain West Player of the Year last season, stayed. He's a unanimous captain. The first time in my 8 years at Boise State where an underclassman is unanimous captain. That shows how much his teammates look up to him, the respect he has. And he's a guy that all he does is work. He's a pro. He's the guy in January that's one of the first on the field when it's snowing outside. He just works and he brings people with him. He was just in the office earlier meeting with Sire Gaines. Obviously, we all have now grown to know who he is, our true freshman running back who's very talented. And he's getting extra time with him because he cares about his teammates, and he's a phenomenal football player, but he's even a better person. And so now with the success that he's having, obviously last year he was the Player of the Year. It wasn't like what he did on Saturday was out of the blue. We knew he's one of the best players in college football, and he just put that in display in a major way.
And you talked about the work he's done and the guys that you've seen in your 8 years. And on that note, what would Boise State graduate assistant Spencer Danielson back in 2017 say about working his way up to being the Broncos head coach now?
I mean, guys, it's all by the grace of God. I mean that, like, I give God the glory for it because I know that's the only reason I'm in this seat is to develop people, to grow them as husbands, fathers, and be champions in life. And I know the more you grow the young man, the more they're going to be better football players and make better decisions on fourth down when the game's on the line. And I'm a product of that. I had great coaches in college and high school that made me want to coach and want to be a part of this. And I'll never forget, moving to Boise, Idaho 8 years ago with my wife as a graduate assistant. We didn't know much about the area. I knew they had a blue field, and that's about what I knew. And now this has become home, and it's a phenomenal place to live. The people here are second to none. And obviously with like we talked about earlier, the expectations of Boise State football are through the roof. I love that. I thrive on that. Every year you're picked to win your conference, and you love that, those expectations, to embrace those and push them forward. So by the grace of God, I've been around a lot of great staff members, a lot of great players. They just put up with me every day. And so it's I'm just so blessed and humbled to be the head coach here.
Embrace is a strong word. And Coach, thank you very much. Good luck against Oregon, and come visit again sometime.
I appreciate you guys. Adam, Aaron, God bless you guys. Let's keep it rolling.
Thanks, Spence.
Same to you. Appreciate it. All right.